Hello. Testing.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Yes, we can hear.
Okay, great. So I think I can commence now, right? Because I see the audience. I think we have 10 over here. So let me do a brief introduction of myself. So my name is Eddie. I'm having this collaboration with SynchroWeb Technology to hold this webinar to do a proper introduction of this Teltonika networks. So thanks everyone for joining for this session. I will proceed to this webinar. So a little bit of information about this company itself. So Teltonika Networks is part of the IoT group. Let me switch okay. It's part of the IoT group. So our company is located in 18 countries with the headquarters that is located in Kaunas, Lithuania, which is based in Europe. So as you can see from here, Vilnius is the headquarters for the whole IoT group, where these other companies also deals with telematics like GPS trackers. We also deal with this telematics as well, which is an artificial respiratory system, mainly catered for the COVID-19 pandemic situation. So as of now, we have already employed over 1,100 employees in 17 offices and 11 countries. So that is including Malaysia. So this is about 22 years of the IoT business, and we have already deployed over 10 million devices worldwide. So before I talk about the products that this company actually manufactures, it is important to know from an angle on the firmware and documentation. So I would like to compare in terms of hardware. It's just like our Apple phone and also our Android phone. So in terms of hardware, they are very similar. So the only key difference is the firmware that runs the hardware. So as of this, we have already 10 years of the root operating system. So you can imagine during this period of time, there were a lot of fixing of bugs, answering and developing core features together with the clients. So of course, it has to be very user-friendly. Everything must be easy to use, which is a key importance where there is no requirement of a high learning curve. So the next point is we have to talk about security. So we have a multiple VPN security and encryption software features that are already included in this root OS. So giving examples like OpenVPN, you have DMVPN, IPsec, and GRE tunneling. So it is already come equipped together in this operating system. Next, if we talk about easiness of connection, this is also very vital because you do not need to do difficult adjustments with the product that doesn't fit in the ecosystem. So of course, now we understand that there's a pandemic ongoing. Probably it's the best time to refresh the ecosystem and perhaps to also bring in some innovation to the existing systems. And this is developed based on Linux. It provides flexibility and customization. Their costs on engineer training while implementing new devices. So moreover, it empowers to be flexible when migrating between different devices and platforms. So on this open source itself, every client can change and adopt the root operating system in order to get the most out of each and every Teltonika device. So from what you can see over this slide, it's our RMS. It stands for Remote Management System. Essentially, it is a unified cloud system to connect all the Teltonika routers, allows you to monitor things from status, the network state, connection type, and FOTA firmware updates. So it is a highly user intuitive and easy to navigate and find the settings. So under the unified control, you are able to see all the devices in one place, allowing you to set access to a certain group of people and devices. In fact, 80% of cases can be resolved just by a simple reboot. You have things like a multi-configuration, which is essential when you have certain companies with a few hundred devices. So you can just take one of the device, fully customize it, save the settings as a profile, and automatically upload to the devices. So it saves time from setting up every single device. Another key feature is our FOTA updates, where you can use our firmware for you to do the updates. So it's just like our mobile phone, where you will get these updates as long as you're connected to Wi-Fi, okay, or even the ISP. So our R&D is in fact pushing the updates on a monthly basis to improve security and fixing various bugs. And of course, this is an ongoing process. So the other things, it's like you can also access the other device that is connected to our routers, which already has the web UI. So this is what the RMS can do. So it translates to advantage in time and cost savings. So you can in fact even monitor the systems or critical application systems remotely. Okay, even though you do not have to be physically available at the site. So next, what we have here, it's our wiki knowledge base. It is available online. You do not need to have a specific or special login credentials. So about 80% of the questions that may be asked is available here, allowing you to do things like firmware downloads. You can even look for configuration examples. Okay, just to name it, you can actually find all this information in this website. Okay, so next. So our RMS key features I've already highlighted here. Unified control, you have things like multi-configuration, remote photo updates, giving you statistic display, device management, and also access to other devices. So this would be the summary of the key points that I've just mentioned earlier on. So once we have talked about both firmware and also the RMS, I would bring to this next topic, which is about the industrial 4G gateway portfolio. So as you can see from here, we have, this is our series of our gateways, is known as the TRB series. So these devices are used when a single device must be granted an internet access. Of course, these gateways are easy to set up, easy to use, and easy to maintain. And they are very reasonably priced. So all the TRBs will include firewall and multiple VPN services, along with remote management at industrial protocols such as MQTT or Modbus. So I would like to show that we have this TRB 140. It supports this Ethernet to 4G LTE Cat 4. So it is a bestseller, not in Malaysia, but globally. Okay. So we also have this 141 that supports these multiple IOs to 4G LTE. We have the 142 that supports RS-232 and 145 that supports the RS-485. So these DRBs are great for legacy devices that uses serial connection, which is the last two devices that is shown here. So if you require something that has a redundancy purpose, these two devices comes equipped with two SIM card slots. And these are in fact our latest gateway series, the TRB2 series. And it is come equipped with RS232 or 485 with configurable IOs and two SIM card slots. So let's take a look at what are the applications that can be used for such gateways. So of course, one of it, which is the most common one, is in the industrial and automation sector. So regardless of new or legacy systems, you have these devices to support the connectivity in the industry 4.0. We have also other applications that can be used in smart metering solutions, even in power automation for you to monitor SCADA, and also in the renewable energy, example like power plant monitoring. So it will give you a real-time these monitoring systems for each component that is within the PV or power station. So this is about the gateway series. Next, I would like to show it's the industrial router series. So as you can see from here, cellular routers is in fact our strongest product group where we have the most experience. So when we actually begin with the root series, the 2 series, okay, the 240 is in fact the best seller, and it has been deployed in various government agencies in Malaysia. So these have a wireless interface. In terms of physical interface, it includes 2 Ethernet ports, one for WAN, another for LAN, and configurable inputs/outputs for remote monitoring and control. So this is the 240. Next, what you can see from here is the 850. It is designed specifically for the automotive sector because they need to be equipped with also these FACRA resistors. Okay, let's say anti-shock vibration. And next we have here, it's the 950. As you can see, it comes equipped with 2 SIM card slots. So our devices are all backwards compatible to 2G and 3G as well. So coming back to the 950, so as you can see, we have 4 Ethernet ports and supports 2 SIM card slots. And the other series is the 955. So in fact, for Malaysia at this moment, the 950 and 955 is also the next bestseller. So the key difference between these two devices is that the 955 comes additionally with the RS232 and 485 serial communication interfaces. And there's also GNSS, which means that it is come equipped with a GPS functionality. It also has a geofencing capability, which is already built in. So let's take a look at what are the different scenarios you can use for this series. First of all, you can consider this as a network backup. Okay, so example, even if your client may have their own legacy system, including like their Cisco enterprise network, you can use this as a connectivity backup to ensure uninterrupted internet connectivity. So in event, even when there is a network failure. Other business cases could be in the public transportation. It can be used as a Wi-Fi connectivity for passengers. So our devices, it also can support radius captive portal, meaning to say in an event, if you would like to do a tracing, a contact tracing in case of a COVID pandemic, you're able to filter and get all this information from the data, which you can actually set within your own system. So other use cases would include ATM and post connectivity. In fact, we already have 2 local Malaysian banks, ATMs, that are already using our devices. Other business cases could be like a retail shop connectivity. Okay, you can even use things even for like digital signage. You can use for people counting or automated inventory management. Integrate together with your current solutions. So this is the next generation of industrial series routers. As you can see, it comes with an additional X, letter X in the middle. So the key difference is the X series, it can support up to LTE Cat 6, and it depends on the environment and application. So the different models will suit to the different kind of requirements, which is also included over here, the brief description over here. So the last 2 devices on the X11 and X12 is that the X11, it comes with a redundancy purpose kind of SIM card. For the X12, it comes with active SIM card because it has 2 modems in this router itself. So meaning to say, it has this load balancing. You are paying for 2 telcos, you are getting the most out of your both telcos at the same time. So in fact, the X12 currently is the best seller in Asia. Okay, so this is on our next gen of our industrial routers. So let's take a look at some of the business cases that it can be used. It can be used in applications for multiple CCTV connectivity. So it is also quite useful, especially when you are deploying in places where the fiber internet is very costly to maintain and to lay out. So this would be a very quick to deploy solution. So you can also consider other business cases like the all wireless office solution, okay, for like cloud-based network management to increase mobility and providing the highest security protocols. We can also consider places like smart city applications. In fact, our devices are already deployed in we have 30% of the market share for the local traffic lights in Malaysia as of current. So if we talk about smart city, I believe you are also aware places like Cyberjaya or Putrajaya. So our devices are already being deployed inside these traffic lights. Okay, next, we can also use as a high-speed mobility. Okay, it's something like a hotspot where you can very useful or good for places like having events or exhibitions where you need some form of mobility.